we now welcome Vered Atzmon Mushulam, a medical psychologist and expert in trauma, grief and traumatic growth, and the head of the Resilience Center at Zaka, joining us from Bar Ilan University in Central Israel. Thank you so much for your time. We always appreciate your insights. Such a complex and emotional event, as described just moments ago at Shamir Hospital. Many challenges ahead, difficult to even comprehend the scope of it all. From your perspective, talk to us about the challenges ahead right now.
Okay, first of all, thank you. And I want to, first and foremost, I want to begin with acknowledging the extraordinary resilience of the hostages who have returned today and in the last releases. These men and women have endured months of captivity, subjected to brutal conditions of abuse, loss, and unimaginable suffering. What they have survived is defined in psychology literature as complex PTSD that we may be still learning now a new chapter in this area. So the prolonged state of trauma exposure to that leaves lasting emotional and psychological scars is something that we will need to study how to do it the best we can. And yet seeing them return today is a proof of something profound. No amount of barbaric cruelty can break the human spirit. That's what I wanted to start. And about your question,
please continue. The challenges ahead right now. Argam, Arbel, and Gadi, of course, who is 80 years old. One cannot imagine what he has been through since the 7th of October, all this time in captivity and now being treated psychologically and physically too.
So actually, I was prepared to answer this question, especially about Gadi and Arbel and the others. Gabi may return only now, will acknowledge that he lost his wife. Maybe he didn't hear it all these months. So for Gadi, the return is just the beginning. His reunion will be not just with not his old family, but with the tragic reality of loss. Arbel, that got released, will come home to a family that is forever changed. Her brother was murdered, and her partner, her boyfriend, is still in captivity. So when we look at their psychological journey that they are going to process, this is part of the story that they will need to face after complex PTSD that they've been going just before and now to a new reality. So it's really complicated, like you asked. Other will have to cope with the reality that they are free, but still their loved ones are still there. So, you know, there is a guilt feelings about, like, it's the survival guilt. And we can hear that from other hostages that got released, that they feel that they can't feel free until everybody will get rescued. So this is not a simple homecoming. These individuals are stepping out of one of the nightmares and into another life. And the road of healing will be long, filled with emotional complexities, survival guilt, and challenges. So we are preparing all the organization, the mental health, the physical company that will get everyone is here just for them, and will do the best to help them from now and ever.
And as you say, learning and hearing debriefs on what has happened inside Israel in the past 15 months and more must be so difficult to process as well. But I'm wondering your thoughts when we look at these images of hostages coming home, being held and hugged by their loved ones, being united, reconnected with the people who have been fighting for so long for that moment. What does that do to help on that road to recovery? It's everything, isn't it? Knowing that the family, communities, your friends, your kibbutzim, the country has been praying, hoping, and waiting for this moment.
So first of all, I want to share that I feel and believe that one of the resilience power that they had there in the captivity was because they felt that everyone in Israel, no matter what side of the political issues, we are all together with them with our heart. And we know that there are research that shows, studies that show that praying has a power, no matter what's your prayer. So first of all, the society now in Israel, I think, is really shaking to its core, because the release brings, for one hand, a big happiness and joy, but also deep sorrow for those who remain captive and for those who will never come back, and we don't know yet. You know, you think about this family that are still waiting to hear if their beloved one is alive. So this war has inflicted a collective trauma. Every citizen, I think I can tell you that I don't think there is one eye in Israel that didn't shed a tear today, from happiness and from sadness together. And we know that seeing the hostages return, they are seem very resilient. You know, even Gadi, that is so old and go through such a painful journey, and still is standing. And Agam that is walking there and standing so still and with dignity. I think that this is just the first picture. We need to anticipate that they will get back to their life, and they will have to handle lots of information, new information, and processing all this trauma slowly. And still, we don't know the full scale of this captivity. We are still learning that. So for Israel society, these hostages are not just individuals. They are symbol of both resilience and suffering. So I think that we are all together with that. And this is power. This is resilient power that we know that can help not just the hostages and their families, for all our nation, to see them coming back and to take care of them. So this is a very important part of our mission here now in Israel, to be united to help them.
Such a powerful and important message about resilience, bravery, courage, strength, and unity. Vered Atzmon Mushlam, always appreciate your insights. And as we say in this part of the world, kol hakavod to you and your incredible team of angels at Zaka. Thank you very much for being with us
on
this breaking news edition. Thank you.
Thank you so much. God bless you.